Hey there, welcome back to the TBH Video Journal. It has been an absolute whirlwind end to 2017. The last 2 months have been non-stop travel for me. I've been to CDLC a couple of different times, some great bucks that were shot there. Been to our family ranch and shot a couple of animals there. And of course, I have work obligations that I've had to meet during that time as well. So the combination has just made it impossible for me to sit down and edit videos. But the good thing is I've been able to capture some really good footage, and so that's going to create a lot of content for over the next couple of months for us. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to commit to trying to get a couple of videos out per week. So if you're not already subscribed, be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you can get those. One of my previous videos will actually looks like it's going to hit 100,000 views sometime today or tonight. With that has been a little bit of a corresponding uptick in subscribers. So I encourage you to go ahead and subscribe, and so that you get notification of the videos that we've got coming up. We've got a lot of good content coming up, and we want to take advantage and capitalize on the momentum that we have from the end of 2017. Now, with that in mind, I'm going to start. I went on a hunt with a good friend of mine, Andrew Hunter. We were the guests of Thomas Tools on their little lease that they have on the King Ranch. When I say little lease, it's actually 19,000 acres that they have on the King Ranch. The King Ranch is a very unique place. It encompasses over 400,000 acres. The Thomas Tools lease that we were able to hunt on was, I think, around 19,000 acres. So it's a big property that they have. My good friend Andrew had invited me to go and film some stuff for him. He and a couple of his co-workers, Mark and Bobby, were guests of Thomas Tools, so I went down with them to see if I could capture some footage. If you ever get a chance to go to the King Ranch, whether it's to hunt or to film, you need to take advantage of it. There's some really incredible animals. The animals on the King Ranch behave differently than animals pretty much anywhere else, and that presents great opportunity for photographers, for video, and of course for hunting as well. So our group was allotted 2 bucks on this trip, and Andrew wanted to see his buddies Mark and Bobby have never shot really good South Texas bucks, so he wanted to give them an opportunity to do that, which put Andrew and I on doe and hog patrol. So Andrew and I set out the first morning, and we had some really good deer that came in, some javelinas. It was just a smorgasbord of activity. We actually had some sandhill cranes that walked in on us, so we were able to capture some really good footage. So after that hunt, Nick had told us if we wanted to shoot a doe, just wait till after the hunt. He would come pick us up. He knew a place that we could go and set up in a high rack. So we went, and Andrew actually shot a doe out of a high rack, and that's where we're going to pick up this hunt. And then we're going to follow that back up with Nick showing us how to field dress an animal there in the field before you bring it back into camp. And that is kind of a continuation of our skinning rack series. Shot. She's right there. Down right there under that tree. Atta boy. Really good shot. I've ever shot one out of the back of a truck like that. Hey, a little different, but. See right there.
Well, it's a beautiful morning here at Encino Loco. I'm here with my good friend Mike Middleton and Nick Russo. Just got a doe down. We sat in the blind this morning, missed a javelina, but got a little redemption off the back of the truck actually. Got a nice mature doe. And just want to thank Thomas Tools for having us. And signing off in beautiful South Texas.
We're gonna get Nick to go ahead, and he's our guide for today, and he's gonna go ahead and field dress this doe that Andrew shot, and have an expert that show us how to field dress a nice tasty fat doe.
Did we get it right? That's not.
Yeah, you see how it's dry?
Yeah.
Like on a doe that's not barren, these teats will be prominent and they'll be almost like a
Sack. Yeah.
yeah, like a little, almost like the size of like a quart bag. It'll be a little bit of a puff right here. And that just shows that they'd have a fawn somewhere, but she doesn't because she's dry. And that's what you look for. So, kind of like what I'm doing with my feet, which makes it easier, is you get right here, about where the tendon is. You can actually hook this joint on the sides of your calves. You want the doe straight up and down. So you kind of flip them over on their back, try to get the chest as up as you can. Then you're going to come right to your center line. You're going to make your first incision. You're going to cut that cape back all the way down to the tail. Then you're going to slowly work your way forward. Now what I like to do, even if they are dry, is cut around where that bag is, like just to show you. That would normally be full of milk. So you discard that. So from right here, what you're going to want to do is you're going to split the hams down to the pelvis. So it's right in the center. We still got movement in the muscle too. That's how you know it's fresh. So you come all the way down, right here's the bone. You can hear it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch with my fingers right here at the bottom of the gut sac. You don't really want to like move your knife forward and backwards, so you'll puncture everything. But then what I'll do is you make a small finger size hole. And what I'm going to do with my knife is I'm going to put my two fingers in like this, and I'm going to set my knife on top of my fingers. What I'm going to be doing is pulling up away from the guts. That'll help keep you from puncturing anything. And I'm just going to take my knife and I'm going to work all the way up. So right here, here's where the chest plate is. So for a shoulder mount, you won't cut past here. But for a doe, you're going to come up to right here. You'll get to where this rib cage is. Some people use a hatchet. I use my knife for it. So you want them straight up and down when you do this. Cut down the side of the rib cage. All the way up here to the top of it. It allows us to open her up. The next thing I do, I grab the main gut sac, push it off to the side. I grab my loppers and come down here to the pelvis. Once you have that cut, you're going to stand on both back legs, grab the tail, and pull up. That'll open it up to where you can get everything out of her. Once you have that cut, pull one side back. I'm going to cut through the diaphragm. Diaphragm on this side. Okay. So having it open this far, the beauty of it is I can get right to the windpipe and cut it. And from there, start pulling everything back. What you're going to do now is get a good hold with both hands and pull everything straight back.
There's the liver.
Yep. See, like a lot of people cut the the butt out of them. Right here, I've gotten it all the way out without, yeah. And then once you have them like this, you can grab both front legs, tilt them up, drain all that stuff out. Then once we get her back to the facility, we'll wash all this off really well and get her cooling off.
And there you have it. Simple as that. Field dressing a deer. Nice job, Nick. He's going to grab the heart out of there and the liver. Andrew's going to take that back to his chef friend and have some fantastic eats. All right, so Andrew made a really good shot on the deer from the high rack of the pickup, and as you saw, we were able to walk right straight to her. Nick showed us how to field dress an animal before taking it back to camp. We have a lot more good footage from this hunt. Mark and Bobby were both able to capitalize on bucks. Andrew was able to put stalk on several different hogs, and he actually shot a cull buck himself. And so I'm going to hold that for another video. We'll do that in a second video in the series, and I'll bring that to you in the next couple of days. So if you haven't already subscribed, be sure to subscribe so you can get notification when we get those videos out. And again, I've got a lot of good stuff coming up from hunts at the end of 2017, so you'll want to make sure that you're a subscriber. I'm making an effort to increase our subscriber base for 2018 and bring you a lot more good content. So again, I appreciate you joining us, and I'll look forward to seeing you hopefully shortly on the next one.